Imagine this. Two people receive $10,000 on the same day. The first person calmly invests most of it. The second person spends half of it within a few weeks. Who is smarter? Surprisingly, maybe both. Because your spending habits aren't controlled by your wallet. They're controlled by your brain. And if you grew up worrying about money, your brain may have been programmed long before you earned your first paycheck. Today we'll uncover the hidden psychology behind the scarcity mindset, how growing up poor silently rewires your brain, influences every financial decision, and what you can do to finally break free. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Poverty doesn't just empty your wallet. It changes your brain. Imagine a child hearing these words every month. We can't afford that. Maybe next year. We're out of money. At first, they're just sentences. But over time, those words become beliefs. The brain starts learning one dangerous lesson. Money is never safe. When the brain constantly expects shortage, it enters survival mode. And survival mode isn't designed for building wealth. It's designed for making it through today. That's why many adults who grew up poor don't simply spend differently. They actually think differently. Chapter 2. The invisible scarcity mindset. Scarcity isn't about your bank account. It's about your expectations. When your mind believes resources are limited, everything feels urgent. You begin thinking, I have to buy it now. What if I never get another chance? I deserve this because life is hard. Notice something? These aren't financial decisions. They're emotional decisions disguised as logical ones. Your brain becomes obsessed with solving today's problems while ignoring tomorrow. Chapter 3. Why small purchases feel so good. Have you ever bought something you didn't really need and immediately felt happier? That's because every purchase triggers dopamine. It's the brain's reward chemical. For someone raised in financial scarcity, the dopamine hit becomes even more powerful. Why? Because expensive things weren't normal growing up. Buying something new feels like escaping years of limitation. For a few moments, you don't feel poor anymore. But here's the problem. That feeling fades, the money is gone, and the cycle starts again. Chapter 4. The spend it before it's gone mentality. Many people secretly believe money never stays. So whenever they receive extra cash, they spend it quickly. Not because they're irresponsible, because their brain remembers something. Growing up, unexpected money usually dissipated bills. Maybe it fixed emergencies. Maybe it helped relatives. So the brain learns, money doesn't stay. Spend it while you control it. Without realizing it, childhood memories become adult financial habits. Chapter 5. Why saving can feel uncomfortable. Here's something strange. Some people actually feel anxious when their savings grow. Why? Because having money feels unfamiliar. And the human brain prefers what's familiar, even if it's unhealthy. If chaos feels normal, peace can feel uncomfortable. That's why some people unconsciously create financial problems. Not because they want failure, because their brain keeps returning to its old comfort zone. Chapter 6. The hidden cost of survival thinking. Scarcity steals more than money. It steals attention. Research shows that constantly worrying about finances consumes mental energy. It's like trying to solve a difficult math problem while someone keeps shouting in your ear. When your brain is overloaded by financial stress, planning becomes harder. Learning becomes slower. Impulse control becomes weaker. This isn't laziness. It's cognitive overload. Your brain is simply trying to survive. Chapter 7. Rich mindset versus scarcity mindset. Let's compare two people. Person A thinks, I can't afford this. Person B asks, how can I afford this? The difference seems small, but it's massive. The first statement ends the conversation. The second starts a search for solutions. Wealthy thinking isn't pretending money grows on trees. It's training your brain to look for opportunities instead of limitations. Chapter 8. How to rewire your financial brain. Here's the good news. Your brain is flexible. Scientists call this neuroplasticity, meaning the habits you learned can be replaced. Start with these simple changes. Pause before every purchase. Ask yourself, am I buying this because I need it or because I'm trying to feel better? Next, celebrate saving. Even if it's just $5, teach your brain that keeping money is rewarding. Then, stop comparing your life to social media. People post luxury. They rarely post debt. Finally, remember this. Building wealth isn't about one big decision. It's about hundreds of small decisions repeated consistently. Final lesson. Growing up poor wasn't your choice, but staying trapped by that mindset doesn't have to be your future. Your childhood may explain your habits. It doesn't have to define them. The greatest investment you'll ever make isn't in stocks, isn't in crypto, isn't even in real changing the way your brain thinks about money. Because when your mindset changes, your financial future begins changing too. So here's my question for you. Have you ever caught yourself spending money emotionally, even when you knew you shouldn't? Share your experience in the comments. Someone reading your story might realize they're not alone. And if this video changed the way you think about money, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Because every week we explore the fascinating connection between psychology, money, and human behavior, helping you make smarter decisions and build a stronger future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.